Hey everyone, my name is Jamie Lee. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching this video today. Now, as of this weekend, Mark and I have lived in our new house for a month. I can't believe it. It feels way longer than that, and yet like it's only been a couple of weeks at the same time. But I figured it was finally time to give a little bit of a house tour, and I'm not going to show the entire house, but there are specific pieces that I think I'm very excited to show off. I hope you'll be really excited to see, and you'll have to let me know what you think of it. If a house like this is kind of your thing, if it's something you would be excited about, and what you would change about it if you were to live here. In case you didn't know, my husband and I recently moved from Kitchener, which is, I would say, a decently sized city in Canada, to the country. So we live outside of any cities on a much larger piece of property than what you would usually find in the city in most of the larger cities in Canada. And we have been loving it. We truly consider this house to have been kind of like a diamond in the rough. We had been looking for over a year before we found this house, and it just happened to kind of come up at what was for me the most inconvenient time possible to be buying a house. But I am so glad we decided to make the leap and get it. We have absolutely been loving living here, and I just can't wait to show you guys. Now, there are obviously loads of cool features about this house, loads of things that I want to show you. I'm not going to show absolutely everything, but I think that there are a couple of rooms that you guys will really enjoy, including the one I'm in right now. So I can't wait to show it in a bit more detail. Now on with the tour. So now we're going to get into the room that is the reason we bought this house, the reason we decided to come see this house, and that is this huge sunroom. Now, this room obviously has the giant windows on every single wall. It has huge vaulted ceilings with skylights in them, and I don't think it's easy to tell how absolutely enormous this room is, but like that is a full-size couch, and we'll walk into this room a bit, but it is very empty. A lot of empty space, as you can tell. There's a fireplace over here. Now, we turn on this fireplace pretty much every single day. There is a hookup on top of this fireplace where you would have your TV. We don't have a TV for there, but we do have the classic family killing zombies together photo. That's always good to have. Then this area is a little bit messy, but this is mine and Mark's computer desks. Now, this is the desk that I use only for like hanging out, playing video games, editing videos. My actual like work setup is in a different room because otherwise I find it's too noisy with both of us down here on meetings all day. We're both working from home. This is Mark's desk and setup. And then we have kind of this little seating area here. And from out here, you can really see how big and green and private the backyard is. loads of trees. It's really, really open and beautiful. Now sitting on that couch or napping on there, absolute best place to be in the house in my opinion. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's so peaceful, especially compared to our last house that was right beside the freeway. This has just been an absolute dream for us. Of course, my Monstera has been very happy here as well. You can see she has a brand new leaf that's just unfurling. And this, I've seen a lot of people ask questions about why we have this weird little cave thing. This is what we call Maggie's hole. She goes in there when she wants to nap, when she just wants some alone time. Think of it basically as like a dog crate, but we don't put her in there. She just goes in there of her own volition. That's where she likes to hang out. Now, obviously, this house is really cool. The windows are one of my favorite parts of it, but something very cool about the windows, especially in this room, is that they all open up completely. So you can let the breeze in, you can have all of them open if you want to, and it's just obviously really great. You can also have any of them swing open a little bit at the tops if you just want like a little bit of airflow, but you don't want them totally open. Now, one of the other really cool things about these windows, and we don't know why it's like this, but every single window has a little switch where you can just put the shades down. And these shades go fully down top to bottom on all of the windows in the house, including the ones in the shed. We're not sure why. We think maybe there was a sex thing for the last owners, but we don't want to judge them. Even the patio doors have these shades, the windows on the sides. So it's a really cool feature. Obviously it's great if you're like watching a movie during the day, you don't want a lot of like light shining in your face, but a little weird, a little weird. As you can see, the princess reigning over her territory. Everything in this backyard belongs to her, obviously. Then over here, we just have like kind of our little TV watching area. We didn't want to put the TV over in that area of the house because we didn't want anything distracting us from the gorgeous view of the backyard. So we decided to put it over here. I've got all of my Nintendo game systems. Nintendo stand for life. I don't own any other types of systems other than Nintendo and PC. And then just the love seat that matches that couch is over here with some cuddly blankets and pillows for when you're relaxing watching TV. And of course, what kind of beautiful ultra well lit room is complete without a giant floor length mirror? So you can check yourself out before you leave, make sure that your outfit is great. And then mine also comes with a stack of packages beside it of things that I still need to open and try on. Now, like I said, this is definitely the room where we'll be spending most of our time. Between this and being out in the backyard, I'm very excited for this summer. I cannot wait to spend more time in this house and make more memories here. Now, living in this house has truly been a blessing so far. Like I've said before in the past, our old house, I loved it. It was our first home together as a couple, the first house we ever bought. But it had its downsides. I used to get woken up in the night all the time. We lived in a semi-detached, so I would hear our neighbors talking or arguing or getting up, going to the bathroom. You could just always hear other people. Their dog would always howl if its owners weren't home. It made for a very noisy life. We were close to an expressway. We were close to a railroad track. We lived right across from a school, so there were always lots of kids talking and playing and yelling. And I think that just kind of becomes your normal when you're living in it. And moving out here, one of the biggest things has just been how quiet it is. Honestly, absolutely silent most of the time. Sometimes when you go outside, you might hear people, you know, like cutting their grass or talking to each other, but you're not hearing traffic. You occasionally might hear a car or truck go by. It's not like a constant stream. We don't hear other people's dogs. We don't hear other people's conversations when we're inside of our house. It is crazy how much quieter it is. I think one of the biggest changes that I've really noticed too is how much better I sleep, because it's just so quiet when you're going to bed. It's not like you're hearing all of these other people and their lives. You truly can just turn off everything in your house and it is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. It's amazing. Now, living out more in the country, I think wouldn't be for everyone. We are on a septic tank. We're on well water, which took a little while to get used to. It definitely tastes different than city water. Not worse, just different. We, of course, had to buy a much bigger lawnmower. We will have to make some purchases for this house because a lot of it is so empty. Seriously, the reason I didn't show you most other rooms, almost every room except for the master bedroom are totally empty. They have no furniture in them. It's just literally an empty room with maybe like a bed frame in it, or an empty room with a couple of computer parts in it. We have no furniture to fill this house. I think we really underestimated how much bigger it was than our old place. Now, I do really hope that you enjoyed the little mini tour. I absolutely love this house, and I am definitely a little bit sad to be further away from family and friends. We're about 45 minutes away from our closest family and friends here. However, I do think the quality of life that we'll have here versus being in a tiny house in the middle of the city is worth a little bit of an extra drive. And I can't wait for COVID to be over so I can kind of have everyone over, have a little bit of a housewarming party, even though it looks like we'll probably have been here 6 or 7 months by then. But I have really enjoyed living here so far. I think we made a great choice. Now, thank you very much for watching. I know that this kind of video is not going to be super applicable to most people, but as I've said before, I really use my YouTube channel almost as like a personal diary so that someday I can come back and look on this and remember how thrilled I was to move into this house and how beautiful it was. So I'm very happy to be chronicling this part of my life. So thank you very much for watching. I love you. I hope you're safe and healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye.